Okay, so now I'm going to condense again that table and hide the 4 columns which are here, which will have an impact immediately on the chart. And what I'm going to do now is to take that first curve and to transform it into a dynamic curve. To do so, I need to activate a functionality which is not active by default. It's a developer tab, which here is already clicked, but in many cases it is not. So you need to activate that tab for Excel, PC, Windows. You customize the ribbon in the options. On Mac you should look for the preferences, but it depends on your version. So now that my developer tab is here, I'm going to go there and to insert something which is called scroll bar. So I click on this, and the pointer of my mouse transforms into a black cross. So I left click and then I move my mouse, keeping the finger on the mouse, and then when I release, a scroll bar appears. It is selected by default, and I can just right click on it to set the parameters and format control, which is here. So there is a text box which appears. The active value is the first value which is going to appear in the cell. The minimum value, let's make it 11, and this one will be 19. The step here will be by 1 when I click on the arrows on both sides of the bar, and when I click inside the bar, the increment will be 10. I associate the scroll bar to a cell, let's say this one, H1. I validate. Then the value 11 appears. I unselect the scroll bar, and now I can move 1 by 1 inside the scroll bar, 10 by 10, and I can also change the values like this. And I will say that the contribution margin ratio is the value in that cell divided by 100. And so I get a dynamic curve. To make it a little bit nicer, I'm going to change the scale of that axis and make it fixed instead of being automatic. So I right click and then I select the axis format here, and I have to say that I want a value which is fixed. So let's make it minus 0.03 here, and I just validate, and it will no longer be automatic, and the maximum will be 100%. I validate as well, and now I can move the values, change the values, and we see that the axis no longer changes, which allows to see again that the lower the contribution margin ratio, the steeper the curve is. On the contrary, when the contribution margin ratio increases, the curve gets very flat, almost horizontal, even if the equation is still an hyperbola.